Let's get salty!
Hey everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and yesterday we took a look at what I think will be the best cards in Standard from Castle Nathria, and today we're going to take a look at what I think will be the best wild cards. Again, giveaways going on for Castle Nathria, 3 mega bundles, 2 regular pre-orders. Like and comment in the video in the description below, subscribe to the channel. If we hit 55k by Sunday, we will be adding another mega bundle, so hit that sub button, make me go broke. So we are in our theory crafting account still. You'll note I haven't changed, I probably won't change tomorrow because I may have shot this all in one day, but let's pretend I didn't. We're gonna take a look at what cards I think will be a standout in Wild. So I mentioned Kripp is the strongest standard card. I think Magnifying Glaive will be the strongest wild card for Demon Hunter, just because it's so good in odd Demon Hunt. One of the main weaknesses of that deck is it runs out of cards, and they often have a very empty hand, and you play this card, Glaive, you're gonna draw 3 to 2 cards very consistently, and you get to attack twice, right? Like, and just dump card. This card will encourage a really low curve, which that deck likes, and I think it'll slot in really well and has a shot at kind of elevating Odd DH to be a playable deck again. For Wild, I can't go Widowbloom because I still think Oaken Summons is just that good. So I'm going to go with Topia or the Shrubagazer. I don't think any of the Druid cards are really going to be standouts, honestly, for Wild, but there are Dragon variants that are quite popular. You could even throw this into like a Cthulhu build, possibly, and just get that board presence with Whelps every single turn, every time you cast a nature spell, because, well, you have nature studies, you have a lot of really good nature cards that aren't available in Standard that are in Wild, and I think Topia can really thrive in Wild, although I will admit it's slow as a 7 mana 5/5. Hunter, I'm going to go with Frenzied Fangs. There's a very popular deck currently in Wild, Beast Hunter, that I think Frenzied Fangs will feel perfectly well into. You get beasts, you have a lot of tokens that constantly die, so you can easily infuse this, weave it in. It has synergies with like Starving Buzzer to draw more cards. I just think it's a really solid card in those Beast Hunter decks that, again, have been doing extremely well. For Mage, I have to go Orion Mansion Manager. Secret Mage hasn't been super top tier in a while, but with all the secret support in this latest expansion, I think you just slam Orion down. By turn 4, you always have a couple of active secrets out. You've cheated with Archaeologist, Ancient Mysteries, Mad Scientist, the new 2-drop it's in expansion. Oh, you're gonna have active secrets, and then if any of them proc, like a Rune's a counter spell, this is gonna get out of control really quickly, and I do think this will be a staple in Wild Secret Mage going forward. For Paladin, Dude stuff is pretty darn good, and I think Promotion, just in an odd Paladin list, could just be super strong. You hero power, you can play like Tour Guide, coin hero power Promotion is a pretty darn good turn 1, and just gives you some lethality, some really good initial burst in a deck like that. And there's other Dude Paladin strategies that can work in Wild, and I think Promotion is the card that kind of stands out to me in Wild that could elevate those decks a little bit more. Priest, with all like the thief stuff and the buff stuff, I gotta go Pelagos. Inner Fire Priest is like a tier 2, tier 3, really strong deck, and you slap Pelagos in there with your cheap minions and your even cheaper buffs like a Powered Shield, Divine Spirit. This card just gets out of control so quickly if you're hitting just a couple of targets. You gotta kill this, and well, I think this will slot in really well into Wild Inner Fire Priest, and just look out. This one could be absolutely terrifying. For Rogue, I'm gonna go with Serrated Bone Spike. Rogue really likes to combo in Wild, whether it's Pillager Rogue, Mine Rogue, and I feel like Serrated Bone Spike can really help them get there. Like, this kills off your own mine, gives you mana cheat, that works pretty well, and just any other type of like strategy to get your swindles going, to get your passage going, whatever. This can discount stuff at a really fast rate and allow those combo decks to really thrive. And I don't really see a lot of good aggro support, which is the other thing Rogue has going on, and I'm not really sure if Shatter Jeweler Hanar is going to make their big comeback with all the secret stuff going on. Shaman, it's actually really tough to pick because even Shaman and Evolve stuff is all valid in Wild. They're all valid strategies. You could go Stone Right in like an even Shaman deck. That's pretty good. Giga Totem in an even Shaman deck. But I'm going to go with the Carving Chisel. I think this card, as just to get your immediate totem flood going, you have all these crazy synergies with totems, like Thing from Below, like the Giga Totem now, and all that. There's so many things that this card by itself just solely activates. It's 2 mana. You're getting 3 totems over 3 turns. You're pushing damage. I think this is the standout card that really could elevate even Shaman back to some sort of relevance. For Warlock in Wild, it absolutely has to be Tome Tampering. This card, I think might just get banned. Its interaction with Malchezaar's Imp is just broken. Being able to cheat out Giants, Neptulon, just stupid broken things. On 4 mana, you can tutor out your Malchezaar's Imp with Sense Demons, and yeah, this card to me is absolutely the best card for Warlock and Wild, and I don't know how long it will be a wild card. Just to give you an idea of how broken this interaction is, this is from the Theory Crafting stream we had just on Thursday, and I played a whole Tome Tampering deck, and it was my best performing deck by far. Very consistent, and basically what you do here is you play Malchezaar's Imp, you play Tome Tampering, all your cards are turned to 1 mana, copy, shuffle into your deck, you discard your hand, but Malchezaar's Imp just reloads your hand so you can hit cards like Giants, all of that stuff for like just 0 mana. It is absolutely busted, and you could tell I'm not playing a very optimal list here. I got like Party Crasher and some pretty silly cards. We had to run 6 new cards in the Theory Crafting, but that alone, you see that interaction. You can imagine what this is going to be like when you have a fully optimized list of Giants and disruption cards and just ways of getting this to be even better. I see this as the powerhouse Warlock card by far. It is just terrifying, and I think it's a very good shot it's going to be banned. No other card felt that way when we were playing Theory Crafting, by the way. This only one. I mean, like, look at that 0 mana Giant, 1 mana Gigathin. I got the 1 mana Party Crasher. It's pretty absurd. So yeah, for me, I just have to go with this as the most broken Warlock card, and well, probably the most broken card in the entire expansion, but only in Wild, because well, Standard you can't really refill your hand that reliably. For Warrior, I kind of have to go with the same card. I think because of like Risky Skipper and all the stuff going on, I gotta go the same as I did in Standard. Crazed Wretch, I think is that good. It's probably gonna be my most overrated card, isn't it? I'm saying so much good things about this silly little common, but 2 mana 1/4 that gets +2 attack and charge while damaged. It just has a lot of scary implications with a Risky Skipper, Battle Rage. You can draw your deck, you can do all sorts of crazy stuff and buff this up. And another card to keep in mind is Bloodsworn Mercenary, which copies damage minions. So there's some OTK implications that are relatively cheap. So look out. I think Crazed Wretch is a standout card, not only in Standard, but I do believe so in Wild as well. And for Wild, it's a hard one to pick the best neutral out of the bunch. I actually think Murloccula could just be good because there's so many patches decks, and this can come out really cheap if it's your opener very quickly, very similar to Corridor Creeper. However, I'm gonna go with the Anonymous Informant. This is literally power crept on Kirin Tormage, 2 mana 2/3 Battle Cry. The next secret you play costs 0. There's a lot of secret decks in Wild, and they're all gonna run this. There's no reason not to run Anonymous Informant. It is such insane power creep over prior secret cards, and they were class cards, and now this is available to everybody. I just think it's nuts. Secret Mage would play it, even Hunter could play it. You're playing a secret rogue, whatever. The card is just ridiculous, and for me will be the best neutral in Wild. And there you go, those are my picks for the best Wild cards. Tune in tomorrow, we'll take a look at what I think will be the worst cards from Murder at Castle Nathria. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day. Stay salty, my friends.